Talking about perceptions, how we're perceived, how we perceive others. How do you feel you are perceived?
I feel like a lot of people perceive me to be very young and almost like I'm not capable of my position. I think, honestly, I'm very happy and joyful, and I think that comes across as naive sometimes.
Like you should be hardened and cynical and
right.
tough.
Like if I'm going to be tough, I got to be tough on the outside, but
right.
I don't feel like that's necessary.
I think it's easy for people to make assumptions based on like the way that they are feeling. People have a judgment of you no matter like what you're doing.
I think there's definitely some perceptions based on a perceived ethnicity.
I've actually gotten that review that I come off a little snooty, and I don't mean it. I swear to God.
I always feel like if I was a little bit taller, if I didn't have the freckles, then I would command more respect. It's always like a not quite enoughness of something.
Yeah.
And yeah.
When you say be taller, that reminds me, when I wear heels, I feel like people respect me more.
I find like the higher the heel I wear, the more the guys take me seriously. I feel like I get judged sometimes by women. I joke, oh yeah, no, I want to look the boys in the eye, but it's true. I don't want to be looking up sometimes.
I guess maybe women see each other as competition, which I think is definitely true. There's this competitiveness that we have of beauty, or of like who looks better than the other.
I went into puberty very young, and I kind of looked like this when I was 13, so it was like terrifying. I had a lot of like really scary interactions with girls in junior high. So now around women, I am so scared of being perceived as overly sexual. If all of you were around and a man started hitting on me, I would be so scared because I'd be thinking that you would think that I would want that, and not like maybe you wanted the attention, or like maybe it's like your husband or boyfriend or something, and all of a sudden like I would have just done something so wrong.
These things in our head that someone said to us when we were younger can just like ruminate to the point where this is my reality and this is who I am, and it's like a total lie. You know what I mean?
Mary Jo, what about you?
Gee, I don't know. I'm gonna explode with my comments. I spent a long time trying to keep up and get ahead and impress people with the fact that I knew what I was doing, which to this day I still do when I walk the set, because I'm still deep down little girl nervous that everybody's gonna wonder, you know, whose mother is she? It used to be whose girlfriend is she, but now it's whose mother is she?
I absolutely do some compensating in terms of intelligence. I've always felt not as intelligent as everyone else. I come across as the girl who got straight A's in school when I was fighting for B's and barely made it.
I think some of the things you're saying are really interesting, and it's like, this is how I come off, and I wish it were different. How do we balance that, learning from what people tell us to become better people, and staying true to who we really are?
I feel like one of the best takeaways is do a check-in and see what can be bettered constantly. I think that's amazing. I think it's brave, and I think that it's such a conscious way to live and such a beautiful way to grow.
I am not afraid of the fact that I'm in therapy because there's always something to work on. Everyone has a blind spot.
And I think we're always going to be really critical of ourselves, just realizing that we're all feeling those kinds of uncomfortable moments when you go anywhere helps in the long run.
It's the human condition to always be striving for more. Like, I'm human, you know, like I have insecurities and I'm totally like weirded out 98% of the time. But I mean, I think like it's always been my power to be like, I'm gonna do this anyways because I want to and I believe in it.
I perceive women entirely differently now as a 20-something. In middle school, you learn to judge, right? And there's the cool kids and the ugly kids, pretty much. Even though I was one of the ugly ones, I would judge women based on their appearance alone, all the time. I feel this oneness with all the women now, like no matter our height or shape or race or whatever, we all have the same insecurities. I don't know a woman who hasn't dealt with the fact that something's not right, that something that you can't change. It's ridiculous, but we've all gone through it. So I feel a great unity with all of you because it's exhausting, isn't it?
I was not always confident enough to speak the words the way I felt them. Thought silence would suffocate the pain. It does not. I taught myself to come alive. I wrote and wrote and wrote until my mouth could form the words my backbone wouldn't carry. I wrote until I found the truth of things, until I saw the light again. There is always light somewhere beyond the bruises and the names you call yourself. Sometimes your worst enemy is in your own skin. Sometimes it shares your face and claims to love you. That hateful voice is not love, I promise you. There will come a day when your fight is bigger than your fear, when you nearly claw your way out of your body to prove you exist. Leave that skin for someone else and design your own wings. You are a masterpiece, magnificent in your glory. Have you seen her lately? The girl with the halo smile and welcome home hand. She is the best thing never seen because you're too busy being scared to be great, and I get it. Sometimes your body is as cumbersome as adulthood is. Sometimes you're drowning and wonder if anyone even notices. Read books for answers and nothing speaks to you. We are told our complexity is a burden by people too weak to embrace their own condition, to be selfless, exist restless, unhappy, and never expected to verbalize it. We are told to balance the uncertainty of this world with grace in stiletto heels and a perfect complexion, and that is just not realistic. So let's rewrite these unspoken rules, the ones that shackle us to people we never intended on being. Newsflash, you're allowed to fart. Cellulite? Well, cellulite is the devil. Get out, you naked girl with cellulite, said no one ever, so get over it. High heels are not a requirement. A flat stomach is not for everyone because chips are delicious. You are allowed to be as you truly are. There is space for every person on the spectrum. We are dynamic, if nothing else, gorgeously ourselves. We are women of something greater. Speak and the universe will react. Align your actions with your intentions and watch your life become breathtaking as sunset. I dare you.
SoulPancake, subscribe!